Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, inshallah, we are going to revise friction force. What is friction force? Friction force is the force between any two surfaces when they touch each other, and this force acts in the opposite direction of the motion. The friction force is affected by three factors. The first factor, type of surface material. The friction force increases between rough surfaces and decreases between smooth surfaces. Number two, surface area. By increasing the surface area of the moving object, the friction force increases, and by decreasing the surface area of the moving object, the friction force decreases. So, there is a direct relation between surface area and the friction force. The third factor, speed. By increasing the speed of the moving object, the friction force increases, and by decreasing the speed of the moving object, the friction force decreases. So, the relation between speed and the friction force is a direct relation. There is another type of friction through air which is called air resistance. Air resistance is affected by surface area, and that's why cars are designed in a streamlined shape to decrease the surface area. And by decreasing the surface area, air resistance decreases, so the car will move faster. But parachutists open their parachute to increase the surface area. When the parachutists open their parachute, they increase the surface area. And by increasing the surface area, air resistance increases, so they land safely. Air resistance is affected by speed. There is a direct relation between speed and air resistance, and as we said before, direct relation means by increasing speed, the air resistance increases, and by decreasing speed, air resistance decreases. The other type of friction through water is called water resistance. So, friction through water is called water resistance. Water resistance is affected by surface area and speed, and there is a direct relation between surface area and speed and water resistance. So that's why fish and ships are designed in a streamlined shape. And as we said before, streamlined shape means decreasing the surface area, and so water resistance decreases, so the fish or the ship move faster. What are the advantages of friction? The friction helps us to move and they prevent sliding down. The friction controls the car speed and changing its direction. Without friction, we cannot control the car speed and we cannot change its direction. Although car brakes depends on friction, lighting a match needs friction. Holding objects in our hands need friction. What are the disadvantages of friction? By increasing the friction between the internal moving parts, the temperature between them will be increased. So, the machines are going to be damaged and we are going to lose a lot of money. Let's revise together these revision sheets. The first question complete. Number 1. Friction is a force that exists between two surfaces when they touch each other, and it acts in the opposite direction of the motion. Number 2. The friction force between two surfaces is a space while stopping than moving. This question means the friction between two surfaces more or less while stopping than moving. When the body moves, so the friction is less than the moving force. But when the body is stopping, the friction is more than the moving force. So in this question, the friction force between two surfaces is a space while stopping. So the body is stopping. So this is more. Number 3, the force that slows down the object's motion is, for sure, friction force. Air resistance increases by increasing space and space. Air resistance increases by increasing speed and surface area. Number 5, the friction force between a flying bird and air is called air resistance, but between water and boats is called water resistance. The fish is characterized by having a space shape, streamline shape. Question 2, write the scientific term. Number 1, a force that helps in controlling the car speed. The force that helps us to control the car speed is friction. Number 2, a type of friction resulting from a moving object through air. So we have here a keyword, through air. It will be air resistance. Number 3, a type of friction force resulting from a moving object through water. It will be water resistance. Number 4, the relation between friction and surface area. The relation between friction and surface area, or between friction and speed, is direct relation. Question 3, give reason. Number 1, when you bounce a ball, it moves for a distance and then it stops. Why? Due to friction force that acts in the opposite direction of the motion. We cannot write due to friction force and stop. We have to say in the direction of friction. Number 3, there is a direct relation between surface area and the friction. We said before, direct relation means as by increasing the surface area, air resistance increases and vice versa. Number 3, by increasing the speed of a moving object through air, air resistance increases. Why? By increasing the speed of the moving object, the air resistance increases, as there is a direct relation between speed and air resistance. Number 4, modern cars are designed in a streamline shape. We said before, streamline shape means decreasing surface area. So, to decrease surface area and the air resistance to move faster. Number 5, birds stretch their wings on landing. Why birds stretch their wings? When birds stretch their wings, they increase the surface area. So the answer will be to increase surface area and air resistance to land safely. Number 6, friction has many advantages. We are going to write only 3 advantages. 1, help us to move and prevent slipping down. 2, lightening a match needs friction. 3, holding objects in our hands needs friction. Friction has many disadvantages. What are the disadvantages of friction? We have to write them in order. 1, it increases temperature between the internal moving parts. So, machines will be damaged. 3, a lot of money is wasted. Thank you for listening.